Hey, Steve Magnante here at High Octane Classics in Auburn, Massachusetts with a very special new arrival to inventory, a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner convertible. Now, 1969 was the second year for Roadrunner, of course, Plymouth's first budget muscle car, in fact, the industry's first budget muscle car, but you got a lot for your money. Now, 1968 brought about 44,000 Roadrunners. 1969 production almost doubled to 82,109, but of them, only 2,027 were convertibles like this. And keep in mind too, 69 is the first year you could get a Roadrunner convertible. It wasn't available in 68, and it was in 70 as well, but gone for 71 beyond with the redesign. So 2-year only deal on a Roadrunner convertible. Now this one, of course, has the Roadrunner hood. We love it. Doesn't have N96 air grabber, but that's okay. But it does have the correct and beautiful side-mounted hood bulges, as it were, with the 383, which is correct for the basic 335 horsepower 383, which was the standard engine in Roadrunner. Let's take a peek under the hood and see what we find here. Yeah, there it is. Now, you know, Roadrunners are a less is more proposition. This one has manual drum brakes, no power brake booster, which is okay. 11-inch drums all the way around on Roadrunner, quite a bit larger than GTO, 442, Ford Torino 428. Chrysler's well known for their brakes. The 11-inch by 3 up front, 11.2.5 in the back. Good stuff. It does have power steering, which is a nice plus. Again, it's a convertible, a little plusher than a coupe or a hardtop. The correct original radiator, the 22-incher here. The top tank is correct and original. Of course, the beep beep horn, there it is right there, 1969, rendered in purple with voice of the Roadrunner, Warner Brothers 7 Arts. And the word is that Plymouth Chrysler Corporation paid Warner Brothers, I think it was $10,000 for the right to use the Roadrunner likeness. And indeed, for 69, they really maximized the appearance of the Roadrunner cartoon on the car. It went to color, more on that in a second. So as we roll our way along, beautiful car, torch red paint on this one, and we know that, R6 on the trim tag, R6 torch red. And we have here D21, yup, it's a 4-speed. And keep in mind, the 727 Torque Flight was about a $30 option above the 4-speed manual, which was standard, no charge. No 3-speed manuals in Roadrunners till 1970, but this again is a 69. And love the Roadrunner character and logo on the door. And again, for 1969, went to full color, only seen in color in 68 with the Decor group. Otherwise, the Roadrunner was black and white in 1968, the debut year. Let's take a peek inside. Another thing too, for the first time ever in Roadrunner history, is the bucket seats and center console, which were optional. 68 always bench, but not here. Beautifully restored interior, correct upholstery patterns, textures, material. The AM FM radio thumb wheel is a factory item, backed up on the trim tag. And you gotta love the beep beep fellow in the middle of the horn button. And again, the pedal decor package, seeing there the chrome trim around the pedals, which is absolutely correct. And again, no air conditioning on this one, which to me, again, less is more. So just a beautiful car. Power top, of course, comes down, the sun's out, and what a great car to ride around in. Quarter panels on this are beautiful. And here are Magnum 500 wheels. Now keep in mind, these are an inch larger and they're all chrome. They're not technically correct, but these are a day 2 upgrade of the first order. This would have had a 14 by 5.5-inch styled steel wheel with a trim ring, but again, these are wonderful, nice upgrades. These are 15 by 8s in the back, 15 by 6s up front, because there's a nice wide and wider look. And the red paint on the brake drums, those 11-inch drums, that's factory correct. And you gotta love that Chrysler actually, you know, embraced the hot rodder's touch and said, let's make that part of our deal. One thing on all convertibles I'll point out is torque boxes. So these guys down here, that structure, that sort of weird little bump, that's called the torque box, found only on convertibles and Hemi cars. And so we have it here naturally. Another detail too is the quarter panel extensions down low. I always look here, is this area here thick and gross and blobby or nice and thin? Well, this is nice and thin. That means that we either have the original quarters or a very nicely installed steel replacement. And again, cars rust over time, but this one has been restored and the work is very, very good. At the tail, we see the beautiful Roadrunner Belvedere satellite trunk lid, but again, done up with Roadrunner stickers for the Roadrunner vehicle in color for 69. And correct exhaust tips on the back, bumpers looking good, and just a nice presentation. Of course, has the 8 3/4 rear axle. and it's open the trunk. One great thing about Mopars, as we all know, the keys, the teeth go up, not down like on a Ford or a GM, but you Mopar guys know that. Okay, in with the key. Let's see what we have in the trunk. Yeah, very nice. The trunk mat is looking fine. It's certainly a reproduction. The paint inside is better than factory, which is fine. That's what people do now. They make these things better than original, because as built way back when, you know, these were mass produced. And you might say that muscle cars were kind of like a candy bar. They were meant to be eaten and gobbled up and then, you know, thrown away, really. So they weren't built with a whole lot of craftsmanship. But this one, the restoration is way nicer than original, and that's fine. Trunk floors are looking good. Probably been replaced, but that's okay. Again, the original stuff would be rusty by 1980 or so, especially on a convertible. So nice steel floors, a nice painted presentation on this one. So that's the story of this 1969 Motor Trend Car of the Year, first year Roadrunner convertible. Now keep in mind that High Octane Classics does offer financing with as little as 10% down, and they do consider trades. Other classics, daily drivers, you name it, they'll consider that. And High Octane Classics does deliver vehicles to your office, your school, wherever you might want it. Another thing too is that High Octane Classics is coming up on 12 years in the business, and they are looking to hire qualified folks in sales, service, and if you think you have an interest in maybe joining the team, call 508-859-4515. So that's the story of this beautiful 1969 Roadrunner convertible. Check it out on the High Octane Classics website for even more.